Thank you very much. I know that it is late, and you are expecting a sort of artistic, show. This is why I will be very short, and also to give you a number of sentences as symphony. It is a sort of transition between the conclusion and also the artistic show. But first, I want to take the opportunity to thank the Minister Galletti for this invitation. And also, I want to thank the Bologna University, also the World Bank, and also Connect for Climate Global Partnership Program and the Euro-Mediterranean Center for Climate Change. But I want to take the opportunity to tell you that here in this list, celebrating the 30th anniversary of IPCC, we have the policymaker, we have the academia, we have also the money, World Bank, and we have also the ONGs talking about also global issue. And also we have the Euro-Mediterranean Center for Climate Change, that means some regionalization about science of climate. And this is why we cannot achieve a good science assessment without all this group. This is the reason, the secret of our success. Now, I told you that I will give you many sentences as symphony. The first one, we are celebrating 3 decennies of science of climate. The first sentence is, let's transform climate change on climate change. And this is what we heard from many, because we should take climate change as an opportunity to change our behavior, to change our mode of economy. And I am happy to inform you that many countries, developing countries, small countries, transform their economy in circular economy, green economy, blue economy, installing renewables. By this, they create jobs, they produce wealth. And this is very important. Now, the second sentence, which is also a symphony. Let's still have hope, because the hope is there. But all of us should be vigilant, proactive, and also positive. Because vigilance is a triptych. It is a triptych with 3 components. The first one is knowledge. To be vigilant, you should be capable in knowledge. You should know. And this is the role of academia. To be vigilant, you should have the capacity to react. To react, that means it is a sort of crisis management and also other possibility to react as technical commando. Also, to be vigilant, you should prevent. And also, in terms of climate change, you should be a good man to be able to adapt. Not only to adapt now, what we call reactive adaptation for what we are living now, but also the planned adaptation, because what we are living now in 10 years can be different. In 20 years can be different. Now, why not to see that some other countries who are living a situation that my country will live in 10 years, then I can know and I can adapt. And the main idea here is, and this is the role of academia, how we can transform the concept of crisis management. Crisis management, that means I am, living the problem. I am reacting when problem is here. To transform this concept of crisis management in the concept of knowledge risk management. And many of our colleagues spoke about risk. To transform crisis management in knowledge risk management. And academia can play a good role. Now, the third symphony. We are celebrating 33 decennies of IPCC. I am going to use number 3 many times, because we have 3 decennies for 3 voluntary actions to manage 3 risks. The 3 voluntary actions are the voluntary action handled by IPCC. IPCC is based on voluntary contribution from scientists. We are not paying scientists. They are working on a voluntary basis. IPCC is basing all his cost in voluntary contribution from country. Why? Because IPCC is willing to rest neutral without any influence. And thanks to the Italy who provided contribution, substantive contribution to IPCC. Also, the third V is about voluntary. Because someone said that we should inform policymakers. But before informing policymakers, we cannot give them a kilo of documents to resume, to summarize in 3 sentences. This is why we need a sort of voluntary disponibility between scientists, policymakers, stakeholders, private sector to understand each other. They should trust between them. So I think all these 3 symphonies can give you the sense that for an IPCC, who is not doing research, IPCC is assessing research. Our quality is at the level of what the research is providing. And I totally agree because we are in the area of research, and the research is improving. We are connected to many other world research programs like WCRP, and my colleague Nadia knows about this. And this is why, as far as you, academia, are doing the good research, then you can offer to us the possibility to assess your research and to be used to inform policymakers. But at the end, it is not about science. It is not about just data sharing. It is about improving the well-being of current generation and the future generation, that is you. And I am hoping that as we are celebrating the 30th anniversary, we will celebrate the 40th anniversary, the 50th years anniversary. Why? Because many countries, like Italy, can continue to contribute financially, politically, and the visibility for IPCC Live. And we are in your hand, and we are counting a lot on you. Thank you very much.
Okay, we've heard a lot about future generations, these famous students. Where are they? The person who's going to bring them up onto stage is Connect for Climate's Julia. I was just looking at you like, what's your name again? No, Giulia Braga, Program Manager. It's been a long day. Tell us about these young people. Please bring them up. Please, a round of applause for Giulia Braga.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to be short. So I just want to say a few thanks. First of all, thanks to the Italian Ministry for the Environment and Minister Gianluca Galletti. This was a journey, an amazing journey that started for the G7 environment last June, when Minister Galletti wanted really to bring arts and creativity to the city of Bologna and communicate science. Thank you to Mr. Lee, Chair of IPCC. Happy birthday to the IPCC. It was a very inspiring day, and what we are trying to do at Connect for Climate is really very much focused on linking science with the arts and creativity and bring positive messages to a global audience and engage youth. And I think climate change is very much an issue, but also a great opportunity that really refers to youth and to the future generations. And today we were very, very pleased to have with us the students of a special organization. It's called Rondine, nearby Arezzo. And they were with us for the day, and they come from all over the world, from countries afflicted by conflicts in many cases, and really their contribution has been very, very special. I would like to dedicate today to our former program manager, Lucia Grenna, who really invented and created All for the Green, and unfortunately she left us last June. She's no longer with us, so her legacy and vision are very much alive, and thank also all my colleagues from Connect for Climate and also our Director for Global Engagement and Partnership, Jill Wilkins, at the World Bank, who is not here in person, but I hope she's watching us, and Elizabeth Mealy, our Climate Change Communication Advisor, of course. Without further hesitation, students of Rondine, Cittadella della Pace, please join me on stage. I know you have a message to share with the audience. Come, all of you. And also Minister and Mr. Lee, if you want to come on stage for this special occasion to share with the public and the students. Who's going to speak? Oh. Just one moment. This is really a special moment focused on promoting diversity and cultural exchange and really, environmental action at all levels. So another round of applause for the students of Rondine, please. Yeah, wherever you want.
Good evening, everyone. I hope this works. We're just going to take a bit of your time. We're Rondine, Cittadella della Pace. We're an Italian peace organization that is based in Arezzo. We're based on the selection of different participants, as you mentioned before, coming from different post-conflict areas and people that are considered to be products of these conflicts, but also people who want to propagate initiatives of peace back in their home countries. All of this is also entrenched into the factor that it's all happening within Italy, within an evoking of the Italian culture, the Italian language, also with the emphasis on the academic and the training side. In this case, it is on peace studies, conflict transformation, capacity building, and whatever these participants, they can actually bring up to the platform that Rondine offers them. Now, also Rondine is renowned for delivering postgraduate scholarships. Also, this is another incentive for so many participants to come from all over the world and apply to Rondine because it is truly a wholesome program. It is not only something academic, but it's really for the capacity building of somebody who thought that they came from a certain post-conflict country and they have a certain bias, but in this way, Rondine offers them an opportunity to change that prejudice, and to change that bias, and actually to navigate their way into a sort of a peaceful ambience to understand the permeable solutions to have a more sustainable peace and a better environment overall. Thank you.
Good evening from my part. My name is Milica. I'm part of Rondine World House. And for all of you still wondering why are we here and how do we connect our work with climate change? Basically, we are doing every day something that is sustainable. We don't believe in it. We are doing it on daily level. And we believe that our project will bring a better future. Today, listening all day long what all of you said got me really scared. You have scientific data. For me, there is nothing scarier than scientific data. And I keep wondering how we trickle down to the common people the values of saving the planet in general, how to combat the consequences of climate change everywhere, how to include the most people possible, how to make it sustainable. Most of us are coming from developing or developed countries. Back at home, they don't tell me how important it is. We don't have enough money or resources to devote and to be on forefront of fighting the consequences of climate change. But I'm more than sure, and history has proven, that we are going to be on the forefront when it comes to consequences. That those who will suffer the most, who will be the first to give their victims, will be underdeveloped and developing countries. And if we don't speak enough about it, if we don't create a common value, if we don't couple those data with some emotions, with some power, and explain to everyone how important it is, we might lose the battle. And the big question, who will pay for reducing the emission? I can bet, based on history lessons that I had in school, that those will not be the countries who produced the most CO emissions so far. I can bet those will be some other countries. And just as a final remark, my point here is to inspire you all, to spread the message, to fight and to believe in it. It might sound too emotional, too stupid, but without this emotional insight, pure reports will never be enough. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just to add what Melissa has already presented, there has been already a correlation between what Rondine has done before and also the entire concept of climate change. Because proudly in 2016, they have been awarded the Zero Waste Award in Italy, and also they are part of the National Green Council. So, and although that we have already mentioned here that there have been so many, the small things in life that count, meaning from day-to-day basis, things that we don't even pay attention to, but they might be a small speck in the universe of actually a better change for a more sustainable environment. And this is something that Rondine are very proud of, is that they really just persevere, and sometimes in a very sort of hard way, but they do have the best of intentions in order to let their participants know and their fellows, as well as their staff, in order to continue a green environmental way of living that is also very much comprehensive, that comprehends the environment itself. And also this is due to the fact that Rondine itself, after all, it is located within a medieval town that is under the heritage culture part. So this is something that also we're all aware of. And at the same time, it's an opportunity for us to be literally part of the nature, within the nature, and also try to help in the development of it. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Such an inspiration. And I just wanted to say that together with the students here today and the amazing audience, we also had over 20,000 people from all over the world, mainly young people between the age of 25 and 34 years old, following the conversation online, which I think is really great. And I would like to thank the University of Bologna, Rector Ubertini, and the Bologna Business School, Dean Max Bergami, for allowing us to be here today, together with the Italian Minister Gianluca Galletti. And thank you for your vision, Minister. Thank you.